Hey guys, I'm fixing to start the microgreens, so stick with me. We're going to see if Wanda can grow microgreens. The folks over at Halls Tools has a huge setup of microgreens. I have a lot of people asked what can they grow in apartments, places that are limited. They don't have outside growing. Well, microgreens is something that you can grow in a small space. Now, these 4 trays here come with a set up like this, and I have it in the house. I'm just fixing to do my seeds outside, but they have the instructions on what to do. But I have this thing set up. Those 4 trays are going in the house on that. Then they sent me 3 trays like this that you can just sit anywhere. It has a base in it that catches water. These have a base that sucks up water from a pad inside on the little kit here. It has water in this base and a pad on top, and then your trays sit on top of that, and the bottom of the trays have holes in them so that it absorbs water and feeds from the bottom. Now, right now I have their seed starter mix. It's a seedling mix called Black Gold. Kind of tore the top, but you can see the side. Black Gold. This is some good mix. Danny and I just made our own this morning, but that's for our seed starting in the little mini greenhouse in the Hoss Tool seed starter trays. We'll be doing that before long. All right, and this one, I'm going to be putting buckwheat. I'm going to sprinkle it all over. First, I'm going to wet this down. It says to wet it down, then sprinkle this over, and then add more of the seed starting mix, just a thin layer over the top. Then you put a tray, like under the bottom, over the top of it and let it germinate. After 2 or 3 days, keep checking. When it starts, you start seeing green, put the tray under it, keep it sprinkled a couple of times a day, and you should see green. So we're going to do buckwheat in this one. Like I said, I have 2 more trays. One of them, I'm going to do sugar peas, and this one, black oil sunflowers. So I'll have these set up too in a little while. These trays like this are going to go in my greenhouse, I think. I'm going to just sit them in there for now and see how they do in the greenhouse and keep them there. These 4 trays are going in the house under the lamp, the grow light. This one, I'm going to put Wathal 29 broccoli. This one, arugula. This one, champion radish, and this one, lettuce. All this stuff can be chopped and eaten as little bitty plants. You can get them up 3 to 6 inches tall, chop them off, and so that's my goal, is to try and have some green stuff. These will stay in the house where I can keep an eye on them. This in my greenhouse where I can keep an eye on those, and we're gonna see. Can I grow microgreens in the Hoss Tool Microgreen kit? That's a mouthful. This is February the 13th. Quick little update on the Hoss Tool Microgreens garden I've got going in the house. The lettuce has done absolutely nothing. Now I've got the light up. It's usually down here, but I moved it up so you can see. The radishes just took off. I mean, out of everything, the radishes is the tallest. The arugula is the thickest. And then the broccoli is sporadic, but it's up. Isn't that amazing? So the microgreens, at least 3 out of 4. And the lettuce is really, for us, lettuce is one of the hardest things for me to get going. And I hadn't sprayed them this morning, but they're still damp inside. And they're pulling water from the bottom. It's really wet in there. There's water in there. Today I'm out in the high tunnel. I'm shutting it up. It's about 3 in the afternoon. It's been open all day. And I wanted to show you a few things, and we're going to announce 3 winners to my 20,000 subscriber giveaway. So thank you guys. Let's see what's going on in the Queen Dome. All right, look at this. These are my microgreens. This tray's doing great. This tray's looking great, and I told y'all that by the 14th, today's actually the 15th, but this was looking like this yesterday also. And then these things are starting to burst. These are the peas. It's looking awesome. Everything else, I watered it this morning, but it's looking a little dry. It's been hot in here today. Y'all, look at this. Almost 80 degrees. And it's cool outside. It's probably in the 50s outside. So we have some peas that are probably getting ready to pick. Some of them are going to be ready, some not. That one's probably not, but I see some over there that look ready. And then look on this side. Isn't that awesome? That one's ready. It's going in with me. That one's not yet, but this one is. It's good and ready. And they're all hanging in here, guys. This thing is coming back out since we had that cool spell, looking awesome. The strawberries are starting to bloom. Got little strawberries everywhere. I had a strawberry out of the Remington solar greenhouse that was my GreenStalk in there, and oh, it was amazing. The carrots, I'm going to come through and pull a few carrots for supper, so we have some for supper. But guys, I'm headed in. I just wanted to give you a quick show you what's going on in here and show you the microgreens. Look at that. I just think it's awesome. First time growing microgreens. Just wanted to share with you guys. Let's head in the house and see who the winners are. So we're in the house with the Hoss tool little mini grow system here. This is radishes. Y'all, these are some of my microgreens, and they're getting tall. You see how tall they're getting and how beautiful? And the radishes taste amazing. I've already kind of picked one off occasionally, and you can see underneath. You see the roots starting to reach. This pad down here is wet, and there's water in the sides of this deep tray here. So the water keeps the pad wet. The pad keeps the roots coming down. This is arugula. Now look how thick and pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? Now arugula is not my favorite thing, but I tried it. It's got a nutty but weird taste. And that weird taste is something that I'd have to add a little along to something, but it is good and edible. This is the broccoli. Now they're getting pretty tall and doing really good, and I'm even thinking, should I take some out and take it to the greenhouse, because I've got like one or two that's just got a couple in it. We might do that just because. Now the lettuce, I was really disappointed. The lettuce has not even tried to come up, so I don't know what's going on with that. Because of the weather outside, I brought all my big trays in from the greenhouse. Now this is buckwheat. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Danny said I got to cut this off, so I got to do a little reading, but probably the buckwheat gets cut off. Look at the sunflowers. They're up about an inch, inch and a half, doing really well, and I'm thinking of taking a couple of them out of there and planting them in the ground just to see how big my sunflowers get. But they're doing really well. And these are the sweet peas. All the sweet peas are sprouting, and they are looking amazing. So we're going to see how that goes. These are the Diva cucumbers. I've got 3 up, and I didn't think the 4th one's coming up, but y'all see that? Wow. I'll have 4 Diva cucumbers, and these are for greenhouses. They are self-pollinating. We're going to see how these do and how they taste in my queen dome. All right, these are the tomatoes, almost 100% germination on the Roadster and the Mountain Vineyard. Isn't that crazy? They're looking really great. Now the zucchini and the squash, I was really disappointed in, but I have 1 squash up, so we'll see. They're going to be a little later than the rest, I guess. And these are the Shonan onions, and I see a few of those are starting to pop. Onions are always really slow for us, but they're starting. So I'm glad everybody joined me today. We're been just showing you a little bit about the microgreens and what I've got planted to come up, the seeds started for my queendom or my greenhouse slash high tunnel, whatever you want to call it. I do plant year-round, and I try to do unusual things because I'm not just a tomatoes and lettuce person in a greenhouse. I want something besides tomatoes, broccoli, you know, the normal stuff that people plant. I've been planting a lot of variety. And so this year's going to be no different. Stay with me. I'm going to be showing you whatever grows in the greenhouse. I'm going to show you the problems and all that. Y'all want to know winners, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the cookbook. Y'all, I was really surprised that so many people said they wanted a cookbook. I thought most people had my cookbook. I didn't even realize that there were so many people that would still purchase a cookbook. So sometime in the next few weeks, I'll sit down and reorder. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks for me to get in a new order of cookbooks. And so I will do that in the future for those of you that might want to purchase the new cookbook. And it is called From the Garden to the Pantry to the Table in the Deep South Homestead. In the Deep South Kitchen. Sorry about that. Didn't even know the name of my own book. Deep South, you just kind of want to say homestead every time when you're so used to it. But in the Deep South Kitchen. And there's not pictures in here, so to speak, of the dishes. People asked, did I put pictures? It cost a lot more. Every picture cost, and it runs the price of the cookbook up. So there's about maybe 100 recipes in this book. And the winner, and I did do the randomizer thingy, the random comment picker, and I'm going to throw a picture up here so that you can see your name if you're a winner. Bernie Sully, S-U-L-L-Y, Bernie Sully. You want a cookbook. So if you will, get in touch with me through an email, deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, and tell me your name, your address, and where I can send the cookbook to. Now we were in the greenhouse picking English pea, so the next thing is the English pea manual. And the winter is the Vintage Gardener. The Vintage Gardener. So you want an English pea manual, and if you will, get in touch with me through an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com and tell me your name and address. You want an English pea manual. Now the reason I'm still using Deep South Homestead instead of having a crazy days is because it's easier for me to keep up with one email instead of two. So y'all just bear with me. Now, the third wins the new carrot manual. Danny and I will be picking those up in the next couple of days. The printer said he thought he would have them ready, and we are super excited. So we're going to be having some giveaways and stuff in different areas of the carrot manual. But I get to give away the first one, and it is to, and I just love this name. When it popped up, I'm going, I'm going to have to spell this. C-R-E-8-E-D. I said C-R-E-8-E-D. And I looked at it again. Created to shine. Now that's very creative. I thought it was great. So Created to Shine won the new carrot manual. And y'all, I'm super excited because Danny's worked hard on this, and I've worked hard because I do all the layout and everything. So it may not be the perfect book for some of you that expect publisher quality, but it is Deep South quality. That's what we're shooting for. And guys, y'all gonna be excited. Y'all really are. If you've never grown carrots, I think you can take Danny's ways and grow carrots. I don't think, as long as it's all about the soil. It's all about what you do with the dirt. You know, that's one of our sayings. It all depends on what you do with the dirt, whether you're going to have carrots or not. And so guys, with that said, I'm going to be out of here. I'll talk to you later, and thank you all for joining me at Crazy Days. I hope this year to show you a lot of what goes on here at Deep South, and some of it may just be quick clips because my days are crazy. I have a cup of coffee and I'm ready to go, and I ain't even got my coffee with me in here because I've went back and forth into the living room and kitchen and the office and everywhere hunting my stuff. I was so unorganized this morning. Y'all, I've been trying to do this video for like 4 days. And it's been help Danny on the barn, cook, clean. I did vacuum sealing yesterday. I had some things like the rice that I got from McCaskill Family Farms. I had to process that rice. I had to put it in something. And so we vacuum sealed it down for future use. And so every time I turn around, there was a new project. And then you got to go out to the greenhouse. I pulled carrots. I picked English peas. And we had a nice salad last night, y'all. Crazy Days just all over it. So thank you for joining me. And thank you for subscribing. Hit the like button. We'll talk to you later.